Hello everyone. Okay. I gotta put away my AirPods because they get weird when I'm doing live. Okay. Sometimes I sit down and then I'm like, wait a second, I'm not ready. Okay. I did not stitch much yesterday. I meant to, and I just didn't. So, I haven't started any of this yet. It's okay. We are gonna move on to this space up here today. So what we're gonna do, you can pick your color. I'm gonna go with this mess. This is the color that I used for the details on the siding and the mortar. That's what I'm gonna use up here. You could mix colors if you wanted. I'm just gonna use one color and we are going to do a split stitch. But I don't really know what happened here. I don't know if the cat's got a hold of it, but it's kind of a mess. So I've got my needle with some thread on it. I just gotta move it out of the way. Okay, so I am going to do 6 strands and do a split stitch. If you are doing a smaller hoop, if you're doing a 6 or a 7 inch, you might want to do 4 strands. I support however many strands you want to use. This stitch looks better with fewer strands. Like, it looks really good with 3 strands. I just don't really have the patience for that, so I'm not gonna do it. Hello, Lisa. Oh shoot. I've got a knot in my thread. So I'm just gonna trim this. Okay, now if you are reusing the original colors, were white and 05. How's that for some light? There we go. So Blanc and 05 is what we used up here last time. I'm gonna go with 209, which is my lightest purple, just so it's a little bit different than down here. And now let's do it. Okay, so a split stitch is very similar to a back stitch, but it's messier. Okay, let me just move this out of my way so I hopefully don't hit it as much as I have been. Can't decide what colors I want to use. What color palette is everyone using, the new or the old? Most of the ones I've seen are using the new one, but I am definitely not seeing all of the hoops. So maybe while you're watching this, after, like if you're watching on the replay, comment below what color palette you're using so we can have a better idea. Okay, so I don't like to start on the very edge, so I generally start like over a little bit and then I move this way and then I move back this way. So what I'm gonna do is kind of start here. Let's see, I've done the old one before, so now I'm doing the new one. Heck yeah. Okay, so with a back stitch, we did the back stitch yesterday with like combining it with the brick stitch. So we're gonna just do a stitch. You can do these bigger, you can do them smaller, whatever you want to do. And then I'm just gonna come up a stitch length, and instead of going down in this same hole, I'm gonna go down in my stitch. Yeah, so then we like split that stitch open. That's where it gets its name. And then I'm gonna come up next to it. So our stitches still need to like lay next to one another and fill that area. But I don't want those splits right next to each other. So I'm gonna come and do my next one like this. And then one more. Those ones are next to each other, but that's okay. Okay, so that's one way to do a split stitch, is to go and do it like a back stitch and go down into your stitch. The other way is to come up in your stitch, split it that way, and then go down where you want to go down. So you can split it going down or coming up. Whatever you want to do is fine. I feel like if I come up in the stitch, that it is slightly smoother. I'm not sure why that is, but if you want a smoother look, maybe try coming up in the stitch versus going down in the stitch. Either way, I mean, it doesn't make like a big difference in look. I don't know if you can tell, like these two I came up in and these two I went down in. So I don't know if you can see, like these first two are a little bit smoother than these ones. And then as we get to this end, I'm just going to satin stitch because this space is small. You could still do split stitch. I am not going to. Yeah, lots of people are doing the new colors, it looks like. I've already stitched the original. Yeah, some of you, this is your second time. I'm curious. I mean, I will ask again at the end, but are we liking these stitches better or are we feeling the same? That's what I'm curious of. I think it's hard to know right now though. Okay, so these ones have kind of a gap that I want to fill in. So what I'm going to do is go up there and then I'm just going to kind of push those over a little bit and go down because that'll give us more texture and fill that space. It's day 3. I really need to decide. You haven't decided? I think it really depends on what kind of vibe do you like? Do you like that funky Halloween vibe, or do you like something that's like a little bit more traditional? Because I feel like the original color palette is a little bit more traditional. It's whites, it's browns, it's grays. Where this one, I mean, this one is like bright colors. Wait until we add the door that's like bright reddish orange. It's gonna be insane. Or like the bright green on the windows. I mean, we've got some real bright colors coming. Thanks, that's why I was doing my poll. I love it. No one's forcing you to decide. You just decide on your own timeline. I'm just teasing you. Yeah, I just think you kind of have to decide like what Halloween person are you? Can you guys hear my dishwasher? I was like cleaning my kitchen. Suddenly my alarm goes off and tells me the stitch along is in 10 minutes and I've got like cookies in the oven and my hands are cleaning dishes and it snuck up on me today. The day has gone by really fast. Oh, also, my kids are on fall break the rest of the week, so I'm trying to decide if we want to do an evening, because I usually do the stitch alongs during the day because my kids are at school and then we're not going to get interrupted. But if they're going to be home, it doesn't really matter what time. Do we want to do an evening stitch along? So if you're watching this on the replay, Make sure you comment below. I will probably do a poll in my stories as well. But let me know if you would like me to do an evening one, because I know not everyone's available during the day. That's when I can do it, so that's when I do them, but it's not going to matter. So we've got Thursday and Friday this week, and then Monday next week that we could do an evening one, or we could do a couple of evenings too if you guys want to. Ooh, that was not very smooth. I got some really cute buttons coming I want to use. They are little kid characters in costumes. Thought they would look like little trick-or-treaters. I could stitch some little candy bags for them. Oh my gosh. That sounds adorable. Please share those. We all want to see them. That sounds so cute. I'm still trying to decide. Like last year we did like a little cat and spider webs and stuff. And this year I was like for our bonus day, but this time I'm thinking I might do like a graveyard, but you might not want to do that with trick-or-treaters. Yeah, for sure. Message me and share those because I want to see. And then I can share them with the group so that everyone can see them. This is all we're doing today is split stitch. So if you need to go, or if you're bored of watching me stitch, feel free to move on. I can't remember if I was going to do split stitch somewhere else. I better look at my pattern. I have some pumpkin buttons too. Oh my gosh. Adorable. Yes. Yes to pumpkins. Look at you getting creative. I don't do a whole lot of like add-on stuff like that. I kind of tend to keep my stuff like really just embroidery. Not for any particular reason except that I just do. Oh, I was also gonna say, you could do this horizontal as well. I just wanted to give it like I wanted it to be a little bit different than the horizontal siding. So if you like to keep it all horizontal, you could totally do this in horizontal lines as well. You don't have to do vertical lines if you don't want to. I was gonna mention that in the beginning and I forgot. So if you want to do it differently, go for it. This is like pulling out really smoothly. Oh, until I get on here. Nope, it's been fine. Like, I don't know why it's such a mess. I kind of think that the cats probably had it. Because it's pulling out fine. Oops, I misspoke. They are actually jack-o'-lanterns. Yeah, pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns. I would say that's the same. I mean, I know they're not, but cute, cute, cute. Put them on the porch. Oh my gosh. Adorable. I'm gonna look at my pattern real quick and make sure I didn't have somewhere else I was gonna do split stitch. Let's see. Nope, that's it. We're good. I think I'll probably just stitch just because you guys are holding me accountable and it's only been 15 minutes. I'm gonna stitch for a little while, so feel free to chat in the comments or whatever, and I will just talk nonsense because I will actually sit and stitch and get things done if I am live. versus like if I get off live, I'll probably go finish cleaning my kitchen and then nothing gets done. I have some straight beads with lots of colors that I thought would be fun to use. I've had them forever and haven't found a purpose for them. Straight beads in lots of color. I wonder, I don't know that I'll do it this year, but I've thought about doing like a Christmas house. Would they be fun for like lights or something like that? Like, is that the right shape, or are they like the long skinny? Are they like the sprinkles? Like, you know what I mean? Like that shape? Or what about Christmas ornaments? Like just decorating like Christmas ornament shapes with them? Or do like a rainbow with them? Is your fabric a dark blue? It's not black, right? This one, mine is navy blue. Oh my gosh, that whole line is so messy. Decorative lights for the porch. Yeah, I think I like that idea too. Now, if you have a messy line, it's okay to just like squeeze this one in really tight and it'll just kind of push them together. They'll look a little bit less messy. But this is kind of a messy stitch. At least in my stitching world it is. All great ideas. I'm using Robert Kaufman Essex linen for the first time for embroidery and really like it. It's 55% linen, 45% cotton, and comes in navy. Yeah, the Robert Kaufman linens are fabulous. I have a few of his, or from that line or whatever. Was it the Christmas Village? I think last year I did kits and used the sparkly linen from that line. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And yes, I agree. Like, it's so nice to stitch on. That's a good linen. I'm sure there's probably a proper way to do a split stitch that's like less messy, but you guys, I feel like it all turns out looking the same, and I don't care what the back of my projects look like. So I'm sure it's messy back there. Donna, I don't think that I have seen your project. Have I? Have you shared it? I'm trying to think. I see a lot of them. No, I feel like I've shared yours before. You'll have to share it again so I can look at the linen more carefully. Because love it. I have a gap right here. I'm just gonna come in right here and just do a little stitch. That's what's nice about like a split stitch versus like a satin stitch is it's supposed to look messy. So if you have to go in with another stitch, it's totally fine. No, not yet. Maybe after today. I only shared the prep. Okay. I was feeling like I have seen it, but maybe not. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, we want to see it. We want to see it. Especially, I think you guys pick the best fabrics. That one I shared today, that's Kelly's, that has like all the trees, like the black and white trees. For transfer, I used a white chalk pencil from the quilt store. It's working well. Yeah, the chalk, I like the chalk a lot better than the carbon paper. I am not a fan of the carbon paper, I've decided. Maybe for a smaller project, I don't know. how do you keep your satin stitches from loosening up? I would say the biggest thing is to always start on the same side and end on the same side. I think that's the biggest thing. I think that a lot of people try to like save thread and go up and down on the same side. And I just don't think that it works well for satin stitch. So always start on this side and end on this side and then come back over so that your back is like full coverage as well. Always start on the left, end on the right, or start on the right, end on the left. Always start on the right, end on the left. It holds it a little bit more securely. And then making sure that you're pulling it like nice and snug. It doesn't have to be like super, super, super tight because that'll pull your fabric and make it pucker. But making sure that you're pulling it so it's snug is really important. And then making sure that your fabric is drum tight. And if you need to tighten your hoop, like while you're stitching, like sometimes I'll just go through and just like tighten it. The plastic hoops, these plastic hoops, I feel like don't loosen quite as much. But if you're using a bamboo or a beechwood hoop, you're probably going to have to tighten your fabric while you're stitching, because as you're pulling that needle through, it kind of pulls on that fabric and I would say it's less of a stitching issue, usually less of a stitching issue and more of a fabric issue. Those are my 2 tips, is don't try to save thread, just stitch it. Gotcha. So it makes it a little bulkier then that way. Yeah, it'll make it a little bulkier because you'll have like full coverage on the front and the back. But I think it's worth it. I think that it makes it look a lot better, especially if you're doing like a bigger space, like these 2 areas here. I mean, you're not using a whole lot of thread anyways. It doesn't make sense to just go like down and over, like do it like that. But I think it's really most important, like in big spaces. Sometimes I used to, like, I would do a stitch here and then I'd come down and do a stitch here, and then I'd come up and do one here, and then do one here, and then do one here. So then I had stitches going like from here to here, and then I'd go down and go here to here, and then go down and do here to here, or whatever. But I didn't feel like it was even saving me thread, and it didn't look nearly as like nice and clean. So that was silly of me. Okay, so below where this space is so small, I would just do most of it satin stitch and some of it split stitch. Maybe like 80-20 or 70-30, like 70% satin stitch, unless you like doing split stitch. But the space is so small that it's not going to make a huge difference if they're all a split stitch or not. It'll just be a little bit more of a headache. So I'm just going to go in and maybe do like 3 or 4 satin stitches, and then I'll go in and do a split stitch, just so then I can keep that texture. But it's not going to take me an hour to do this area. It's starting to rain again. We've got rain in the forecast all day. See, so those stitches are quite a bit smaller, but then we can keep that texture a little bit and then go in and do some more satin stitches. And you don't have to do it like every 3 stitches. Pulled the tail in, hold on, there we go. So I have this recipe from Cooking with Carly or Cookies for Days. I think it's her other account. Anyways, she makes banana chocolate chip cookies. Okay, and they are like banana bread cookies. They taste just like banana bread, but with the texture of chocolate chip cookies. They are one of my favorite things. We love chocolate chip cookies at our house, and to throw some banana in there every once in a while is really good. Lisa says, send it here, please. Need rain. Love the rain. Yeah, Arizona does not get enough rain. I'm sorry. I wish I could send it there. We actually have snow on the tops of our mountains, which is super normal this time of year. Northern Utah, we like to get snow in October. My friend is hunting this week, and they, like, nearly every single year they get snow while they're hunting. Like, she just like packs the kids snow stuff because she knows that she knows that they're gonna get snowed on. If it doesn't snow, it rains every single year. Oh, I was just gonna end with that thread, and now here I am still stitching. I think maybe I'll just go like 5-10 more minutes, just because I like to keep these videos about 30 minutes, 45 if necessary, but I don't think it's necessary today. I'm really liking the color mix, like doing like a different color here than here. I'm praying we don't get snow for Halloween. Oh yeah, you're in Canada, right? Yeah, we've definitely had snow on Halloween in Utah, for sure. You gotta buy the Halloween costumes that you can put like a coat under. Yep, Canada. Yep. That's what I thought. Yeah. We don't love snow on Halloween. Guess it means we don't have to be out trick-or-treating for as long, but it's not the best time. No one's having the time of their lives or anything like that. It's the worst, 2 times bigger. Yep, ugh, yeah. And I think it's way more common for you guys to get snow on Halloween. I can maybe remember, since having my kids, let's see, my oldest is 12, so maybe twice in his lifetime I think we've had snow on Halloween. And I remember it a couple times as a kid too. I grew up in this area, so I don't, it's not like super common, but I mean, it's not uncommon. It's every other year. Every other year we have snow. Ugh. Not the best. It's like really starting to rain now. Like big, giant raindrops. I had to turn on my lamp today. Because I sit by a window because the light's just better than over in my corner, my desk corner. But anyways, I think this is the first time in this stitch along, and I think the last stitch along I only had to turn it on once too. But I think it's supposed to rain again tomorrow, so I'll probably have to turn it on again, which will be fine. My kids my youngest wants to carve pumpkins this weekend. I was finishing up making dinner last night, and he was like, let's carve pumpkins. And I was like, we are not carving pumpkins at 6:00 on Tuesday night. Not gonna happen. And then I made him cry because he really, really, really wanted to carve pumpkins. He also cried because I wouldn't take him to Disneyland yesterday. He's got it in his head that he really needs to go to Disney. And he asks on a very regular basis if I will take him to Disneyland. And he'll ask like random days. Like yesterday, we were like driving home from school. And he goes, "Can we go to Disneyland today?" No, we cannot. The carving pumpkins we can do this weekend. He's so cute with his random requests. Oh my gosh, you guys, I was watching the stitch along from last year. I was just like watching bits and pieces of it because I couldn't remember what stitches we had done. And he like was in the background talking to me. I totally forgot. He used to be home for all of my stitch alongs and he was adorable in the background. Just like always asking for questions. Who remembers when he got ice cream at like 10 a.m. because he knew I wasn't going to stop him? He was so cute. I sort of miss him interrupting our stitch alongs. Lisa remembers. It was good times. Haha, I was just going to say he reminds me of ice cream. He broke you with his cuteness. Oh my gosh, you guys, he was seriously adorable. And it's just like that really like innocent, like 4-year-old brain that just like, I don't know, he was so cute. He was a good distraction, I think. I think most everyone was like, he's cute. And I was like, gosh, I'm sorry, we're so unprofessional. Oh, I got over it really fast, but I was like, I'm sorry, he's interrupting a lot. Every once in a while he'd cry. It was good times. Yeah, whenever I want ice cream, first thing in the morning, I think of Roman. All right, I'm just gonna finish up this little area right next to the tower, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. This is a little bit time consuming, but it's not hard. It's just takes a little bit of time. It was real life. We all live it. Yeah, for sure. He was truly real life. Like mom life, hanging out at home all the time. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit over here and then I will call it for the day. Okay. Might need a stitch in here. And it's not long and short stitch, my nemesis. I have been trying to decide. We might do long and short stitch. I haven't decided yet. It's on the list, but I might take it back. Okay. Okay, so that's where I'm at. I'll probably I'm planning to finish this today and start on my tower. I probably won't finish this until the weekend, but at least so you can see like some of this going in, but I'll for sure finish this hopefully today. That's my goal. Anyways, if you don't love long and short stitch though, you can always do more split stitch or just do a sand stitch. You don't have to do long and short stitch. I just like adding different textures. So anyways, I am gonna call it for the day. You guys have a great afternoon and make sure you share what you're working on. I love to see it. So I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye.